and welcome back to SP Learning Labs. In today's video, we are going to learn about plugins, modular architecture and real-world scalability. In previous video, we built strong foundations. We learned how design patterns help large systems stay structured and manageable. We explored metaprogramming, where Python allows systems to adapt and change behavior at runtime. In this video, we bring everything together. This video is about how large Python systems are actually organized in the real world. Not toy projects, not tutorials, but systems that grow over years, involve many teams, and must keep working even as requirements change. Think about a smartphone. When you buy a phone, it doesn't come with every feature built into the core system. Instead, you install apps. You don't rewrite the operating system every time you want a new functionality. Large software systems work the same way. They grow through plugin modules and extensions, not by rewriting the core again and again. In the previous video, we discussed metaprogramming and dynamic behavior. We say how Python can inspect code, generate code, and modify behavior at runtime. Those ideas are not just interesting tricks. They are the foundation of plugin systems and extensible architectures. Now we apply those ideas to real system design. Why modular architecture matters as software grows, complexity grows faster than features. Without clear boundaries, code becomes tightly coupled. Changes break unrelated features. New developers struggle to understand the system. Modular architecture exists to control complexity. The idea is simple. Split the system into clear, independent parts with well-defined responsibilities. Dynamic imports in Python. Python allows modules to be imported dynamically at runtime. This means code does not need to know everything upfront. Features can be loaded only when needed. Startup time can be reduced. Dynamic imports are commonly used in plugin systems, optional features, configuration-based behavior. However, they also introduce risks. Important errors appear at runtime. Debugging becomes harder. Dependencies can become unclear. Dynamic imports should be used carefully and intentionally. Plugin systems. Extended behavior safely. A plugin system allows third-party or internal modules to extend an application without modifying the core code. This is extremely important in large systems because the core stays stable, new features can be added independently, teams can work in parallel. Python supports plugin systems using entry points in packaging. Entry points allow packages to register themselves as extensions. The main application discovers them dynamically. This is widely used in web frameworks, CLI tools, data processing systems. For example, imagine a data processing tool. The core tool knows how to load data, execute pipelines, manage configuration. Plugins add new data formats, new processing steps, new output targets. The core does not change. Only plugins are added. This makes the system scalable in both features and teams. Modular Monolith, a practical middle ground. Many people think scalability means microservices. That is not always true. A modular monolith is a single application that is internally well structured into independent modules. Each module has clear boundaries, exposes limited interfaces, can be tested independently. This approach keeps deployment simple, avoids network overhead, is easier to debug for many systems. For many systems, modular monoliths scale better than microservices. Microservices, power with a cost. Microservices split a system into multiple independent services. This allows independent scaling, separate deployments, technology freedom. These microservices also introduce network latency, deployment complexity, monitoring challenges, distributed debugging problems. Microservices should be chosen only when the problem truly demands them, not because they are popular. Dependency injection, reducing tight coupling. Dependency injection means providing dependencies from the outside instead of creating them internally. This makes system easier to test, easier to extend, easier to reason about. Python supports dependency injection naturally through function parameters, through object composition, without heavy frameworks. This is one reason Python systems remain flexible even as they grow. Balancing flexibility and simplicity. Scalable architecture is about balance. Too little structure leads to chaos. Too much abstraction leads to confusion. Good architects aim for clear boundaries, minimal coupling, just enough flexibility. The best systems are often boring internally, and that's a good thing. Common errors. A very common mistake is jumping to microservices too early. Other common errors include overusing dynamic imports, building complex plugin systems without real need, creating deep dependency chains, ignoring documentation. These mistakes increase complexity without providing real benefits. Never mention facts. Microservices increase operational costs significantly. Most scalability problems are organizational, not technical. Simple modular designs often outperform complex distributed systems. Good documentation is critical for scalable architecture. Few interview questions. What is plugin architecture? A system that allows extending behavior without changing the core. What is modular monolith? A single application structured into independent internal modules. Are microservices always better? No. They increase complexity and should be used selectively. Why is dependency injection important? It reduces tight coupling and improves testability. This completes the module on scalable software architecture. You now understand how design patterns support long-term growth, how metaprogramming enables flexibility in Python systems, how large applications stay modular and extensible, why simple, well-structured systems scale better than complex ones. With this foundation, you are ready to move into a new and very important area. In the next video, we will start the module Data Engineering and Big Data. We will learn how large-scale data systems are designed, how data flows through pipelines, and how Python is used to handle massive volumes of data efficiently. That's it for today's session. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe to SP Learning Labs.